Hey guys, it's Ebony, and I'm back.
Okay guys, so I'm giving you a sneak peek of this succulent arrangement that I'm still kind of working on a month and a half later. I just have a few small gaps that need to be filled, but this container is like a chest that a really good friend of mine gave me, and I decided I have to do something really beautiful and very special because it reminds me of her every time I see it. Okay, haha, I'm just joking. But really, I did wake up. This is 3 in the morning, so yeah, I was looking pretty crazy. Anyway, what I really want to show you is me working on some of my succulent propagations, and I made the mistake of putting them in one 4-inch pot, and I realized soon that they weren't doing very well. So I decided to use this leftover soil that's extremely airy, and just go ahead and put them all in a separate, I guess you could call it like a little crate or whatever, of this plant tray. And that's just the type of thing that I work on sometimes if I can't sleep in the middle of the night. It's not very loud, but it will relax me to a certain extent, and so that's what I'm doing. At least I was considerate enough to put a sweater on, but really there's no way I was going to try to look cute in this video. That's just not going to happen. But anyway, these are all just random succulent babies, and hopefully my hands aren't covering it too much, but I was just trying to get them all down far enough in the soil that they would stop stretching, because you can clearly see that they've stretched. I know since then I have cut back some of these succulents and just given them more light. And this is probably from 2, maybe 3 months ago, because my succulents were still indoors due to the cold. But they're doing much better now that they get to be outside, and if I want to bring them in, I bring in my tray with all of them on there. So that's what I was doing. Anyway, are any of you who look at my channel succulent lovers? Usually I do houseplants. I never really do gardening on this channel, but periodically I wanted to show more succulent content just because I struggled with them for so many years, and I'm still not an expert, and there are times that they won't look very happy, but see, it looks neat enough. You can tell some of them are stretched. I mean, it's not perfect, but like I said, I did go back just to cut a lot of these and make sure that they were down far enough in the soil, and make sure that they're standing still so that they can root in one spot and take care. So that's pretty much what I was doing this evening. And I'm giving you another look. See, now it's standing up better. But yeah, I think most of these. Okay, let me stop that thought. What I decided to do was to go get me a cup of milk tea, and I filmed it just because I love milk tea. I don't drink a lot of milk, and I wanted to just show this to you guys just in case. I ordered this on Amazon, but if you haven't tried it, I think you should try it. It's really easy to make. I just boiled water and put the tea bag in there and covered it, and then I only let mine sit for maybe 2 minutes because I don't want it to be too sweet. But wow, it's so delicious and comforting, especially late at night. And like I said, it was cooler. Anyway, back to the work. Right now, what I'm working on is a tray of Echeveria Malaco. And I had maybe 6 plants, and I gave some away, and so I ended up just propagating and propagating and propagating. And I'm hoping to have my own little army. Let me show you a picture of what this plant could look like. Legitimately, this is a gorgeous plant. I love it because of the burgundy color, but then there's also all of that bright lime green mixed in when it's fully stressed. And I think it just is so beautiful, and it's really easy to take care of. So if you see it, you should give it a try. It's gorgeous. I wish I had that pot too, but I don't. Anyway, back to the propagating. When I said earlier that I trimmed some of them, that's just how I do it. I just use my little clippers, and I went in to trim, and this soil was very dry, so I was able to put the plants directly in the soil. And then I waited probably about a week before I gave it any water at all, just to make sure that none of them rotted. And they're doing pretty well now. It's kind of hard to tell when my plants are still very young. They're probably about the size of a dime, maybe some of them a quarter. And as they get older and as they get more colored, I'll be able to divide them more and then make a separate pot, which I will, of course, show you. That's my favorite thing about succulents is just how much you can keep growing. And I used to just throw the leaves away, and now I have so many propagations that I'm kind of running out of room to keep them, but I can't really come up with a good enough reason to waste them. What I have done is given out several of these trays with just mixed succulents on them that are doing well. I've given some of them to friends of mine who were kind of struggling to grow their own. And I'm just trying to teach them, like, this is where you want to be at a point, and this is how you get there. So I haven't done this is the whole succulent propagation process video because, like I said, I'm not an expert, but I have been able to keep some of my plants growing since last year. And those have definitely gotten a lot bigger, and they helped me feel more confident in my succulent propagation. So that was one thing that I was doing. And then, of course, I just like giving you guys a look at, like, a bit of a closer look at what I'm doing. If you're really into succulents, you know that sometimes the babies, they're indistinguishable one to the other. And I would really prefer if all of my trays just had one type of plant on them. But I haven't found the need to go back and do that as much. So instead, what I chose to do is to keep a bunch of the babies in one pot. And then if I want to break them out later, it's a lot easier rather than trying to go back digging through all these trays and disturbing the roots and everything. So this is my second insomnia video, but this is far from the second time that I've had insomnia. And I wanted to get some feedback from you guys. Basically, what do you do at night when you can't sleep? Right now, I do not work. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and it sets me back. So for people who work and who really struggle with sleeping, I feel your pain. I was there. So I just stopped working in November of 2019, But before that, I would still have nights that I was up like this. And I usually would say, okay, I'll just stay awake. But without a doubt, at 5 o'clock, I would always fall dead asleep and I would end up missing work, which is part of the reason that I stopped working. But, so what are some of the things that kind of comfort you, things you've tried? And also, doesn't it just suck? I mean, I guess that's what this whole I guess that's what part of this video was about. I wanted some commiseration. Oh, cute. Okay. So while I was up, I decided to just try to find something somewhat useful. And the only thing that I could really think about was, let me just separate these propagations so they don't get root rot. And they haven't. And then, secondary, of course, was the tea. And just talking to you guys, I wish that I could tell you the things that I was saying that night, because I'm sure it has some type of purpose, but I can't talk that loud. I know for a fact that I would wake up everybody in this house if I was just talking loud enough to clearly be heard in one of my videos. So I wasn't able to do that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this propagation and play a little bit of music for you guys. And I just want to say thank you for watching my videos, and I hope that you don't have many sleepless nights. I hope you're able to really rest and enjoy yourself and then wake up in the morning refreshed and check out your succulents or go buy some and have a lot of fun doing things like this. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.